Hello sir, I am Yeshina Marial Piligrades.
Presenting how to calculate churn, Part 2 calculating churn rate, and Part 3 improving your customer churn rate. Part 2 calculating churn rate. Calculate the churn rate. Your customer churn rate is simply the number of customers lost over the period divided by the starting number of customers for that period. So you need to make sure your numbers are complete and correct, and then divide to get customer churn. Using the example from the gathering customer information part of this article, you would calculate customer churn as 150 lost customers divided by 1,200 starting customers to get a customer churn of 0.125. Convert your answer to a percentage. Customer churn is normally presented as a percentage. To convert your churn rate to a percentage, multiply your answer by 100. The result of 0.125, which is our customer churn, would be 0.125 times 100, or 12.5%. Using percentages will allow your answer to be more easily compared to the other metrics such as growth rate. Compare the churn rate to the growth rate. Use your information on new customers and your starting customer count to calculate a customer growth rate for the same period. That is, divide your number of new customers that did not cancel within the period by the starting number of customers. You can then compare this number to the churn rate to figure out whether you lost or gained customers overall. If the growth rate is higher than the churn rate, your overall number of customers is increasing. If it is low, the opposite is true. Try calculating these figures over several periods and plotting them as line graph. This can help you analyze trends in your customer attraction and retention. Represent your customer churn differently. Customer churn can be converted into other figures for ease of comparison to other metrics. For example, you can leave your customer churn as a number of customers rather than a percentage. Alternately, you can convert your customer churn into gained or lost revenue, specifically as monthly recurring revenue. To do this, multiply the number of customers lost by average revenue per customer. Part 3. Improving your customer churn rate. Calculate customer churn regularly. Monitoring customer churn is very important since it is normally easier to retain customers than it is to secure new ones. By calculating the churn rate regularly and investigating the reasons of that rate, it may be possible to make changes in the way customers are managed and to reduce that rate in future. Track your churn and growth rate over time to assess trend. Retain customers. Your goal should be to retain as many customers as effectively as possible. This is especially important during the period right after purchase, when a customer might be questioning their purchase decision. You can also increase retention by improving customer service, communications, marketing, and other aspects of your customer experience. Retain customers by encouraging them to use your product and offering support in doing so. For example, you can reach out to customers after the purchase by sending a confirmation email right after purchase. Sending another email a few days later that explains key features of the product or services. Sending another email with additional explanation, features, or customer testimonials. Sending an email if a free trial of your service is about to end, or work on the providing excellent customer service through a call center and or online support. This will allow you to address concerns and issues that customers have about your product. Stay on top of your customers' mind by using advertising to remind them of the uses of your product and to encourage them to try your other offering. You can also implement a way of collecting customer feedback, such as a satisfaction survey. This can help you to improve your product and, in doing so, retain more customers. Determine why customers leave. When you do lose customers, contact them with a friendly email or phone call to get feedback. Ask them if they don't mind saying why they are canceling. Set up a system to aggregate and analyze this information for insights. If you notice that there is a flaw with your offering or something better offered by a competitor, you can use this information to make changes and reduce customer churn. In general, about 68% of customers leave because they are not satisfied with the service they are getting. About 14% leave because they are dissatisfied with the product, and only about 9% leave to use a competitor instead. Listen to your customers. Provide customer satisfaction surveys in order to gauge how happy customers are with your product or service. Their responses will give you actionable information that you can then use to improve your offerings. You can also use the service to identify customers at risk of leaving. These are customers who reportedly low satisfaction and or that they would not recommend your product or service to a friend. You can then make improvement to your offering and efforts to retain this customer specifically.